Hello, everybody. Welcome to our intro video for our key number one. You are divine. So I'm going to just be giving a little introduction in this video. So in a nutshell, I'll be going through why we become disconnected from our true self, why it is important to reconnect and accept all parts of us, and some tools to help you get started. So, for those of you, first of all, I guess, for those that are new to me, I'm Tanya Penny, and I'm an occupational therapist by degree, and I am a vibrant body and abundant life coach. And I really am here because I support people. I'm really passionate about supporting people like you to heal abuse, trauma, heal your body, because they're both connected, very much so, and to fully love yourself and receive more love in all forms: money, love from others, etc. So, welcome. As I said, this month, March, is the kickoff for key number one of the Vibrant Body and Abundant Life Blueprint. And I want to start with, why are we disconnected? Why are so many of us, pretty much everyone on the planet to some degree, disconnected from our true, authentic, might be another word you like to use, self? And in a nutshell, busyness is a big one. And this starts for many of us in childhood. I know kids now, even in school, my God, their schedules are crazy between going to school, homework, and then sports and extracurricular activities. Most kids don't even have downtime. And then we continue this into adulthood, this busyness, this go, 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 do, work, work, work. So that's a really big cause. Another cause is we were criticized a lot growing up. And that could have been from parents, it could have been siblings, it could have been from kids at school, maybe teachers, other adults. But when we're criticized for something, we tend to then stuff it down or hide it. Another word would be disconnect from it. So that's a big one for a lot of us. We've also experienced, many of us, again, pretty much everyone on the planet has had some kind of trauma, abuse, trauma. It could be sexual abuse, physical abuse, it could be neglect, it could be death of a loved one, an illness. And what happens a lot of times is when this trauma or this wounding abuse occurs, we automatically jump to the conclusion, whether we're conscious of it or not, that there's something wrong with us. It's our fault, there's something wrong with us. And of course, if you think there's something wrong with you and something's your fault, you're going to not like yourself and you're going to want to push away and disconnect from yourself. And then another big one is trying to please everybody else. So we know that intellectually, we know it's impossible to please everyone. Yet there are still many of us, and again, this is a pattern we picked up in childhood. And many of us as adults are still in that pattern. And again, you may not be aware of it, but people pleasing is a big one that keeps you from being connected to who you are and what you want. And, if you're trying to get love and praise from other people, they may not like a part of you. So you're going to stuff it or hide it or push it down. So those are some of the main reasons why we disconnect from our true self. And, next, why is it important? Why is it so important that we reconnect with all of our parts and not just connect with them, accept them? And before I go into that, again, I want to make this connection that oftentimes we will not want to connect with ourselves because we don't accept certain parts of ourselves. We might not accept certain parts of our body, certain emotions that we are experiencing, certain thoughts, beliefs, and fears, right? We try to ignore them or push them away, thinking then they'll go away. But the truth is, they're still there. So it's important that we not only connect, but that we begin to practice more self acceptance of ourselves and all of these parts I'm talking about in order to actually make that time to connect. Because if you're rejecting any part of you, that's going to keep you from wanting to connect with yourself. Because if you connect, you're just going to beat yourself up again. So we really want to work on that self acceptance piece as well. So, why is it important? Number one is our health. So, research shows, and I believe that disconnection from self is the number one cause and driver of illness, disease, negative body symptoms, anxiety, including anxiety, depression, pain, weight, autoimmune disorders, cancer, fill in the blank with pretty much any of them. This is where, and again, many of you know, most of you know that I got diagnosed with MS in 2004. But before that, I struggled with anxiety, depression, weight issues, eating disorders, headaches, a bunch of crap. But when the MS knocked on my door, that was when I got serious about looking for an answer, the root cause of it. And of course, I've got all 10 keys that you guys are hopefully familiar with. And this is the foundation for everything else, right? This is the foundation. So, health is why it's important. Also, if you don't accept yourself, if you don't connect with and accept yourself, you're not going to be able to receive your guidance, your higher level guidance, higher self guidance, whatever you want to call it. Um, and, it's simply because if you don't accept who you are, then why would you believe that you are getting guidance and follow it, right? So to receive more clear guidance, this is important. And then you can't fully live your passions and purpose if you don't connect with yourself and accept. So many of us, we know that we have this bigger purpose, we have these things we want to do. And if we're not in alignment with who we truly are, it's going to be hard to do that, to fully do that. So those are the main reasons why this is so important. So again, we want to reconnect with and accept. And I'm going to go through the different parts that I cover in, let's see, I'm going to call it connecting with the divine you. You are divine, right? The program. And then also the therapeutic meditation process, which is really what we're using here, what we're diving into here, the process that I originally created to begin healing my body, really healing all parts of me. So we want to connect with, again, and accept our desires. So, what we truly want in all 7 life areas. And the 7 life areas I have my clients and you guys look at are, it's called self connection as area 1, and that's under the umbrella self trust, self acceptance and love, and just making time to connect with yourself. 2 is health, mind, and body. 3, love and relationships. 4 is spirituality. 5 are your passions or hobbies. 6 is your purpose career. And 7 is money and material things. So we want to first decide or reflect, not decide, reflect is a better word, on what we desire in our 7 life areas. And accept it might be different from what other people tell us that we should want. Next, you want to connect with your body because your body is a beautiful barometer letting you know when you are out of alignment with your true self and gives you clues as to what area you're out of alignment with, which of those 7 life areas or which of those 10 vibrant body and abundant life keys, because we split the life areas up a little bit more in those keys. So we want to begin to connect with and accept our bodies because they bring us very important messages as to what we need to do or stop doing. Next is your emotions. And God knows so many of us learned growing up that emotions weren't okay. Some of you, it might have been specific emotions like sadness or anger. Um, but yeah, everyone pretty much struggles with knowing how to be with and feel and release emotions in healthy ways. So, this is a big piece of this. Next is your thoughts and beliefs. What you actually think and believe is important. So, to discover what those beliefs are, because a lot of times we hold limiting beliefs, right? We have these limiting beliefs, or some of us like to call them fears as well. They kind of go hand in hand. And these can keep us from having what we truly want in all areas of our life. And then that connection with your something bigger. So if you're not connected with yourself, it's going to be really hard to connect with your something bigger because you're connected. And so, in a nutshell, these are the self connection areas that I am supporting you to reconnect with and accept. And so, let's go ahead and give you something to get started with. Okay. Something simple to get started with. And again, awareness is the key to changing anything. So I always ask my clients and you guys as well, let's rate on a scale of 1 to 10. And we're not doing this, using this to beat ourselves up. Again, we're using it to increase our awareness. So do you take enough time on a scale of 1 to 10 first? How much time do you take to connect with yourself? Do you take enough time to connect with yourself on a daily basis? So 10 would be, yes, 100%. I make time every single day, a good amount of time. I use tools to do that. And 0 would be, I'm really not making enough time for me at all. So on a scale of 1 to 10, time, how much time are you taking enough time to connect with yourself on a daily basis? And when I say enough, that's going to look a little different for everybody. Like for me, and this may or may not be what you need, but I know for myself that first thing in the morning, taking an hour to meditate and journal is really important for me. Then I connect with myself. I go out on a run and I connect with myself. I connect with myself again, middle of the day, and listen to a guided therapeutic meditation practice. And then at the end of the day, I do a little journaling after my work day before I move into my evening. Some people like to do it before they go to bed, but I reconnect with myself again and reflect on my day. So I take a couple, it ends up being probably 2 to 3 hours a day to connect with myself. So rate that first. And then next, ask yourself, this is write and reflect, a question, big on write and reflect or journaling. Ask yourself which parts of you that I mentioned are you not really feeling connected to? Desires, your body, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and fears, you're something bigger. Some of you might say, you know what, I need to work on all those. Some of you might be like, I'm okay with this one, but I need to focus on this one. So again, awareness is key. So writing that down. And then what I recommend you do, again, I'm really big on journaling. Maybe you want to call it writing or reflecting, write and reflect, whatever you want to call it. Some people don't like the word journal, but I recommend that you take a few minutes every morning and write down, what do you feel in your body? Pain, fatigue, tightness, tension, maybe nausea, discomfort in the tummy. What do you feel in your body? And then write down, what emotions are you experiencing? What fears or beliefs are present? And I wake up with some every morning that I'm pretty aware of. And then also that connection with your something bigger. And so some of you might connect by saying, hey, higher levels. Like I actually write in my journal, hey, higher levels. These are the things I have questions on. This is what I need support with. So it's kind of an ask slash prayer. And for those of you who want a little more support with this, I am going to give you access to my AM and PM journal page questions. So I have a sheet for the morning, a sheet for the evening. And on a side note, I actually have a journal, a daily journal coming out soon on Amazon. So stay tuned for that. So I recommend that you take just a few minutes every morning and write down, check in with these different areas and parts and write them down. And whatever you write, practice accepting. There's no, even if you write the same thing every day, it's okay. Even if you write one word, it's okay. We're letting go of perfection here. So that's something to get started with. And again, you can use the AM or PM journal page question that I'm going to put below this video to support you. So let's see what else. Yeah, this is your brief intro to You Are Divine. And if you'd like to go deeper, I would love for you to join me. It's the 9th year of my Connecting with the Divine You program, and it runs for 3 months. And we have live classes and audio lessons and guided meditation practices and processes. And I give you lots of coaching and support. God knows we need it right now. So you can also check out that program below. All right, you guys, I hope that you have a great month of March and have fun taking time to connect with the divine you. Ooh, and something's coming in. I also forgot to add, why in the morning? So why am I asking you to connect with yourself first thing in the morning, especially when so many of us are crazy busy in the morning? And, I've really had to work at getting my schedule where it is right now for years. I didn't take time in the morning, but I feel even if it's a few minutes in the morning, we start our day, right? It's going to impact our whole day if we are connected with ourselves first thing in the morning. That's why people, when they say, well, can I just do it at night when I have more time? You could, but then you're missing out, right? You're going to be disconnected from yourself all day. So just a few minutes in the morning. That's why morning is really important. Okay. So love you guys. And I hope to see you in the program, and practicing self-acceptance is huge this year. Just need to drive that home again and again. So non-judgment of it all starts with self. All right. Love you guys. Have a great month. Bye.